I gotta tell you, um, I I don't like all this hate and violence. You've heard me talk about it, and then I hate the hate. So sometimes I get my own hate in there, and it's not good. Um, and it's really not good. And I'm really worn out. I'm not just worn out from my situation. I'm worn out from fear, worry, sometimes a lot of adrenaline from being pursued or being harassed. Anyway, it's all just exhausted me. The worst thing is it's exhausting my heart, which I'm not very happy about. But anyway, we have got to stop the violence. You know, I want to give some reflection on this, but I'm not going to I'm not going to have a lot of wisdom because I'm caught up in this too. And so, but I am trying to listen to others who have some wisdom, and I'm trying to listen. For a while, I just blah, 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 and I'm not listening as much, but I recently, I don't know why, but I feel I can listen a little more. Maybe when I'm a little more rested, I'm a little better at that. But I think maybe because I've decided I don't have the answers, and maybe I need to listen. So I've decided to do that. So I listen to several online priests, some of the same ones that many Catholics listen to, I'm sure. Actually, a lot of non-Catholics listen to them too, because I've seen posts on that. And one of them I just flipped out on because he brought up the subject of the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Well, I'm going to be honest about this. I do not want anybody shot. Nobody should be shot. Period. End of story. End of story. End of story. Nobody needs to be shot. This country was really good for a while with not going around shooting people. And I know that because I lived through that era, and we just didn't go around shooting people much. And now, look what happens. So, it's funny. I'm looking at an American flag right now, flying over, I'm not sure what it might be a school, I'm not sure. Big building, might be a school, might be their high school, I'm not sure. And I'm looking at it, it's kind of waving behind some trees there. What is our country? What are we making our country? Everybody goes around saying, make America great again. Well, your hate and your violence is not going to make anybody or anything great, because hate and violence never did make anybody great. And as a country, we knew this before. But all of a sudden, there's this mania or whatever that's taking place, and we've forgotten basic principles. And then there are those of us that run around calling ourselves Christians, and if we're calling ourselves Christians, we need to remember the basic principles of our founder, Jesus. And so I'm sure that Jesus does not advocate us going around shooting anybody, and any of us, So anyway, it's really, really concerning to me, that anybody gets shot. But, so I've heard a lot of people say, well, everybody's all upset about Charlie Kirk getting shot, but nobody was very upset about our Democratic senator, who was a woman, getting shot. And I was appalled at that. Well, I think everybody was appalled at that too. It's senseless. I mean, violence is absolutely senseless. So my initial reaction was, dang, you guys are just talking about this guy because he's a guy. But that's not right. And that's not why they're talking about him. And I went, okay, shut up and go back, delete your comment, and listen. And I did. And so, no, that wasn't what he was about. I'm like, oh, geez, I can't believe I did that. Um, nope. It's about, we used to be able to be political without being violent. Political violence is not getting us anywhere. Now, and I have heard that there is a lot of movement in Minnesota to talk to people about political violence and get this to calm down. And I think there are a lot of people on both sides that really don't want this. And really, as a society, we don't need this. And so anyway, I did listen to all the different priests that I listened to, and on the subject of Charlie Kirk. And it kind of grounded me, and it kind of helped me calm down too. Even my brother brought it up, and I was like, when he did. But I should be outraged at the brutal shooting of a human being. And one of the priests that I listened to made the point of, he just went to a college campus to talk to people. And he got shot for it. So that's a problem. Because anybody should be able to go to a college campus and talk to people and let them decide how they think about things. College campuses have been the place for debate. Either way, either side. And the day they stop being that, they stop being college campuses. So, and the other thing is, we have to see the shooting of Charlie Kirk is Charlie Kirk was a human being. And so was the senator that was shot from Minnesota, her husband, so all these people, the school shooting, the Catholic school shooting, all of these people are people and human beings with dignity, and nobody needs to be shot. So my takeaway on this is try not to get wrapped up in the hype. And there's a lot of hype going on, and just try not to get wrapped up in this. And I have begun to not watch as many videos that talk about all the division and all the political rhetoric and violence. I've tried to not take them as seriously, and to seek out more positive things. This is just some takeaways that I have on it. And again, I told you I don't have great wisdom, because sometimes when people harass me, it stirs up hate in my heart. And I even have gone to confession for this, and probably need to on a regular basis, because the way I see it is, by confessing that hate, I am trying to eradicate it. I'm trying to turn it off in my own life. Because hate begets hate, begets hate, begets hate. Hate is an epidemic. It's contagious. So the next time you want to hate somebody, realize that you're spreading a virus. They told us in COVID to put, something over our face so we didn't spread a virus. Well, check your hearts. Put a covering over your heart so that we don't spread a virus of hate. Thanks. And I'm going to put some links in